What up, LA Live Gang? This is your boy AC, and I'm back for a special Saturday evening, special live stream edition of LA Sports Live. What's up, Sugar Ray Robinson Jr.? Clippers. The Clippers going fishing, bro. What are you doing talking about the Clippers? Anyway, you guys see the thumbnail. You see the title. It's the off season. The NBA playoffs are still going. The Lakers are not in the playoffs. So, I mean, if you're a content creator, or especially like in my situation where you're running a Lakers channel, man, we kind of like, bro, running out of, stuff to talk about, other than the other, basic stuff that's happened day to day. But I had an idea for a video. Um, y- you know, it bothers me. I admit it. It bothers me when I hear people talk about Laker fans and how we don't like LeBron and all this other kind of silly stuff, and we don't appreciate him still. And every time, like this latest stupid ass story that came out talking about the Lakers are blaming LeBron for the Russ trade. Man, ain't nobody officially or unofficially that works for the Lakers right now thinking about that shit. That shit is over with. It's done. Even if that story is true, that should have happened probably about 3 or 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. Matter of fact, you guys remember before the trade deadline, the Lakers. It was reports that the Lakers were hesitant to make moves because they're kind of like, no, LeBron, whatever, you made your bed and you lie in it. So if that's the case, if people was feeling that way, shit, that was a long time ago, man. That ain't nothing new. So anyway, it's Saturday evening, man. Some of y'all are out in the streets doing your thing. More power to you. Some of y'all are chilling, movie time, with the kids and family, spending time with your significant other. Uh, I'm working, but I got a little playtime at the moment, so I decided to take a trip down memory lane. And let's go back and take a look at LeBron James' first season with the LA Lakers. Now, in case you guys didn't know, or you're not a Lake, whatever your situation is, this was talked about LeBron joining the Lakers like a couple years before he actually came. The talk, there was talk. There's a lot of people in the entertainment industry connected with the Lakers, and it was talk about LeBron coming out here then. But we had to wait till he was a free agent, and when he became a free agent, he decided to um, join the Lakers. So let's go back to the very beginning. Um, LeBron had told the uh, the Cleveland Cavaliers that he was not, would not be staying with the Cavs. Everything. I mean, Rich Paul had alerted the Cavs he was not coming back. Everything was cool, and so then we heard that we're in LA. We heard that LeBron's in vacation somewhere on some island in the middle of somewhere. So we began. We wanted to see where he was going to go when he left vacation. Was he going to go to Philly? Was he going to go to New York, or we were going to track his flight to see where he was going to go, or was he going to come to LA? So let's start the trip down memory lane like that. Let's start the trip down memory lane just like that. So we're going to share the screen like that. And what's going on here? Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's go down to the bottom. Oh, how am I going to do this? Hold on a minute. Let's do this. Let's start with the plane. LeBron is on his way, and it turns out to be the LAX. Sorry about the commercials, guys. Sorry about that. Long ass 15-second commercial. Game time. Anyway. LeBron arriving in LA. LeBron. Now, we still didn't know for sure what he was going to do because he already had a house out here in LA. But he came straight from vacation and landed here in LA. And man, I was already celebrating. I was already celebrating and getting hyped. So I said, man, the king, he's going to join the Lakers. I was already hyped. Y'all remember this? Some of y'all probably don't know, man. Some of y'all that follow LeBron, y'all probably don't remember all this. But see, let me show you something. But some of you guys think that people in LA not really into LeBron. You know, he's just another player than me. But when he's with the Lakers, I'm going to celebrate him. I'm going to support him. But yeah, he's important to the Laker fans. He's important to LA. We following the niggas playing, following him around. Look, the news. That feed came from the news. They're following his damn plane around to see what he's gonna do. Who's that about to get off that plane? Who's that about to get off that plane? Oh man, he's waiting to get on. All right, now he can get on there. Who's gonna get off that plane? Right, there he is. LeBron, Ramon, James. And now, hold on a minute, right here. Hold on a minute. Who's that? Who's that right here? Savannah James. And let me tell you something, man. I have a lot of respect for Savannah James and LeBron James, and you know their everything that they do as a group, as a family. You know why? Because I have absolutely no idea what Savannah James' voice sounds like. I don't know what she sounds like. I don't know her opinions on things. I don't know her opinions on the NBA. I don't know none of that. Because LeBron and Savannah got a good relationship going, and they both know their roles. You guys, you understand what I'm saying? She knows her role, and she plays it. All NBA wives, all NBA girlfriends, all NBA baby mamas, you need to take a lesson from Savannah James. This woman knows her role and plays it flawlessly. LeBron, Ramon James in the motherfucking house in LA. Getting ready to sign with the LA Lakers. Or at least this is what we were hoping. LeBron James arriving to LA. They followed him all through the airport, through the remote terminal. Watch this. Watch this. They followed the nigga all the way to the crib. They following him, man, from LAX all the way to Brentwood. And if you're familiar with LA, that ain't like no 5-minute drive. Seemed like it was on a Saturday morning, so traffic wasn't that bad. But look, they followed him all the way to the crib. Follow him all the way to the crib. Okay, so LeBron's in LA. Free agency is about to start within 2 days, and but still no guarantees that he's gonna sign with the Lakers. Still no guarantees he's gonna sign with the Lakers. Let's watch the next video. And now this is after the meeting with Magic. You guys know what happened after that.
The best way to make money online with dropshipping in 2022 isn't with Shopify or Amazon like everyone thinks. While that might work, I found
We've got breaking news.
Y'all hear that?
LeBron is a Laker.
LeBron James is a Los Angeles Laker for what ought to occupy the final act of his NBA story.
4-year, $154 million.
Hell yeah.
Deal. That's what he can sign in LA.
likely an opt-out after 3 years that could put him back in free agency or negotiate a new deal?
First of all, I'm ecstatic. I think it was the right situation, the right call for
Look
him to
at
make.
this date on the video, July 1st, 2018.
Philadelphia, it just wasn't a good fit for him to be paired with Ben Simmons, not to mention the fact that, in terms of their playing style and the locale as well, going from Cleveland to Philadelphia, just didn't make much sense. But the big thing is that you got to give kudos to Magic Johnson.
So LeBron came to this decision a few days ago, Zubin. He's been letting some select people in his life know that this was coming. He wanted to, before he made a final decision, go through a process which included speaking with people in the Lakers organization, which took place within the last 24 hours. He was already headed here as long as the Lakers didn't drop the ball, which clearly they didn't.
Sunday afternoon in Los Angeles, right around 8 p.m. Eastern, LeBron informed Magic Johnson of his plans to join the Lakers. They ironed out the length of that contract. Now, the contract length is important here. That is a commitment saying that I don't feel this urgency to make sure we go all in this summer. If we didn't get Paul George, if we didn't get Chris Paul, if we don't get Kawhi Leonard, that's okay. I believe in the team and the structure you put in place in Los Angeles. I want to be a part of it.
This was always going to be an option, and if he thought the situation in Cleveland was not going to be as desirable going forward, this was always going to be the place. It was always a two-horse race between Cleveland and Los Angeles. The meeting with the Sixers today was a courtesy meeting. He had some interest in them, but they were never in the running.
LeBron James and Magic Johnson again met last night at 9:01 p.m. Pacific time. They met face-to-face. They talked for 3 hours, and more importantly than that, in the 16 years that LeBron and Magic Johnson had known one another, they never sat down face-to-face.
Wow.
Until last night.
This is sort of the way it is. This is the culture of the NBA where, and the Lakers have done this. Is not the first time. The Lakers have done this going back to Wilt and attracting him, getting him, to leave Philadelphia and winding up with them. So the Lakers have done this. They did it. Jerry West, of course, did it not just with one guy, but with Shaq and Kobe. In the Olympic summer of 1976, getting those guys, draft night trade for one and trade the big trade for Shaq, the sign-in trade. So this has happened. This is what the Lakers do.
I sense that there's this clarity that comes from being above the fray, from being above the concern about how you're perceived and what people on our show and your show and morning shows say about him, and being a father and seeing the world through the eyes of Bronny and his boys and his children, his daughter as well.
There's a lot of question about how this would be received by Kobe Bryant, right? He's the guy that you're talking about, the Mount Rushmore of Lakers, right? There's Jerry West, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant. Is there room on the mountaintop for LeBron James? I can tell you right now. I reached out to Kobe just a minute ago, and he's ecstatic. I mean, the first emoji I got was 3 fists.
You hear that, you dumbass Kobe ass kissers? Kobe signed off on it. Ugh.
The arm where you flexing your muscle there. And then he just simply said in all caps, I love it. And he's going to be in touch.
Look, Kobe knew, man. Kobe knew that LeBron still had it. And we needed a player of his caliber to get us back to where we needed to be. Kobe knew it. He had no problems with LeBron coming to the Lakers. No problems.
Touch with LeBron James, welcoming him to the family. He'll have a lot to say, I assume, fairly shortly on social media about how he feels about it. But he's ecstatic.
Luke Walton, you were a former Laker coach and obviously a Laker legend. How does a young guy like that's still trying to make his bona fides in the NBA, how does he coach a guy, a talent like this?
Well, I think the first thing you got to do is swallow your pride as a coach and understand that you got one of the greatest players that ever played, who is also one of the smartest players that ever played. So, you're going to have to bend his ear a lot and try to get into his head and see how he understands the game and what he sees out there on the floor, what he sees the team developing into in the next couple of years.
I will have to say, and one of the things I'm really interested in at this point is what Dan Gilbert and the Cavs' response will be. But he never signed a contract for longer than 3 years with the Cavs since Dan Gilbert's been the owner.
Tell me the ripple effect this has on the rest of the NBA, this move that you call seismic.
Well, first, they have another max slot. They can very easily create a second max salary slot. they talked to DeMarcus Cousins' representatives yesterday. They told them, sit tight. Let's see what happens with LeBron James. Now that they have him, they can, they could use that on a player, a current player. They can hold on to that space. They can sign a player on a one-year deal and open that space back up next year when Kawhi Leonard's a free agent. Jimmy Butler from Minnesota, potentially Klay Thompson in Golden State. But they have the assets.
What you just heard Woj explain was the Lakers and Magic and Rob Pelinka got themselves in excellent position to get LeBron James and the second max contract player. They were in excellent position. So these people, including me, I talk shit too. But a lot of these Laker haters and all this kind of stuff talking shit. Even some dumbass Laker fans talking about the front office don't know what they doing. Them niggas had everything lined up to get 2-star players at once. You talking about they didn't know what they was doing, right? Come on.
That's with young players and potentially draft picks, giving future picks to get at Leonard in San Antonio.
So much depends on who the Lakers wind up keeping. Are they going to still have Ingram? Are they going to still have Kuzma? Who's going to be part of that team? But you look at it, if you just put LeBron on the roster that the Lakers have, just add into what the Lakers have right now, including this Caldwell Pope. That's a better team than Cleveland got to the finals with just now.
The other thing that's going on is that RC Buford, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Los Angeles Lakers have been on the phone on already 2 occasions today, and they're expecting to communicate with one another a third time this evening. From what I'm being told, San Antonio is asking for the house multiple draft picks along with the young players. The Lakers have made it very, very clear they're not giving up the farm.
Now, I don't want to be debating stuff back and forth, but that's proof right there for all these people that used to say Kawhi didn't want to play with LeBron and this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other. Did you just hear what Stephen A. said? That they were already in talks with San Antonio to possibly bring Kawhi the first year, but the damn Spurs tried to rake us, so we said, nah, we cool.
Kyle Kuzma is off limits. They're not willing to surrender him in order to get Kawhi Leonard. They're not willing to surrender 3 picks in order to get Kawhi Leonard. Their mentality is Kawhi Leonard says he wants to be a Laker. So whether it's this year or next summer, eventually he's going to be a Laker. You need to get something while you can. San Antonio is holding down the court. They're being incredibly stubborn, which is their right and obviously smart on their part, and they want to make sure that they get as much as.
Okay, let's get out of there. So let's fast forward. Let's fast forward to LeBron James' first appearance at a Laker game.
AT&T 5G is what?
Sorry, guys.
AT&T 5G is what? What time is it? No, seriously, what time? Does anyone have the time?
My bad. I apologize for the commercial. Here it is.
James has entered the building.
LeBron James' first appearance at a Laker game.
Well, that cheer you hear.
Hey, they just called me.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna watch the car. I'll come back on the way out. Can you sign me in for 7:25. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna get started.
Here is LeBron James has entered the building. He's wearing Los Angeles Lakers golden purple shorts. I didn't see him warm up, so we'll see if he's going to play. But LeBron James, who signed the 4-year max, this crowd is on its feet. Everybody has their cell phones out. Taking
LeBron James in the house at the Lakers Summer League game.
The difference in this year's Laker team, has a lot of veteran players. Josh Hart with a good steal there. And a beautiful finish on the other end.
Josh Hart showing all sides of his game so far.
Look,
He was a good defender when he came out.
when LeBron James came out there in those Lakers shorts, man, that was his first time sporting the purple and gold. Man, I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He continues to do that. Hustles back in, uses the left hand to finish.
finish over Ellenson. Spot for him in Los Angeles, but hopefully he's going to get a chance. So that's a question mark. I would pencil them in at number 2. At number 3, I think you start to get more open. 4 years and $154 million max deal. Final seconds here of this first quarter. Well, with the King watching, Nick King knocks it off the window and in. Well, of course, the entire way performs for the King. Lakers, big lead after 1. We'll get into Caruso so we can bust it up the floor. 4 seconds to go as Caruso hits half court, gets a screen. Good look and the foul. How about a 4-point play with 1/10 of a second to go in the half? LeBron James loving it. Well, I'll tell you, that's bad luck. Referees stop it. They want to get it right. Gives the Lakers time to set up. Talk about a horrible way to finish the half for the Pistons. But talking about Detroit, they never really had a chance to get together last year. Now you got a new coach on top of that and some new players. And I think that, given a year to play together, Speed showing his wares. Speed, that's a real Euro step. Coming from Ukraine, 16 points. And into your living room, timeout. I think LeBron James is enjoying the festivities and the music. LeBron James having a fun time wearing those Lakers shorts. He's also enjoying time off. He played in, count them, 104 games. And the Los Angeles Lakers are going to head to the Summer League semifinals, and they'll face either Cleveland or Toronto. The former Cavalier, LeBron James, the newest Los Angeles Laker, enjoyed his baseline seat to see Josh Hart and the Summer League Lakers win their quarterfinal matchup. Of course, LeBron is here. What is it like to have your teammates here supporting you?
It's cool. I mean, obviously, those guys are here today. To get, love from, the guy that we're going to be playing with this season is always great.
I was reading Ty Lue's lips, by the way. I didn't tell you I did it really. I said, are you sure you signed that contract? I said, it's definite. It's not just a rumor. Yeah, it unfortunately finished. Ty Lue, some smiles, of course, head coach for LeBron James.
Okay, now let's fast forward to LeBron James' first home game as an LA Laker. And the bad thing about it, I don't want to hear that, man. The bad thing about it, I can skip it. All right, cool. This first game was against the Houston Rockets, regular season game. And of course, you guys remember, dumbass Chris Paul, did that monkey business and got started to fight, and people got suspended, all that other kind of stuff. But anyway, let's take a look at the LeBron's first home game as an LA Laker.
And what a night for the Lakers and their fans as a new star has arrived. Throughout the storied franchise of the Los Angeles Lakers, it has featured some of the NBA's all-time legends, including MVPs, champions, Hall of Famers, and the latest legend to wear purple and gold makes his home debut tonight. LeBron James and the Lakers at Staples Center.
Number 23, 6'8", 16 campaign from St. Vincent St. Mary's High School, LeBron James.
Well, you take again the NBA's #1 glamour franchise and the NBA's #1 star, and the excitement is off the charts. James, first shot, nails the jumper, and the Lakers are on the board. Rondo quickly comes the other way. Floats it up to McGee. McGee finds James the basket. I think the fans are hyperventilating a little bit. They are so fired up. James has only taken 3 shots so far. 5 on the shot clock. Goes to the rim, layup off the glass.
And because Ball had made the 2 previous threes, they did.
Hey, in the comments, don't trip, Kenny. Don't trip. We'll be back. Don't trip. We'll be back. Hey, take a second, you guys. Hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you guys hit that thumbs up.
Did not help off in that time. Opened up that driving gap for James.
Stevenson the rebound, throws it ahead to Hart. Hart finds James. James gets inside. Hustle from Hart. Good ball from the Lakers.
Did a great job of talking energy off the bench. Defensively taking the challenge, beating at a high level, and being aggressive offensively.
Spins on Tucker. Double team. Gathers and lays it up and in.
They Tucker upset, felt like LeBron swiped his hand away. That's just a big-time move. He's got his mind made up that way. You have to send two guys out. Gets to his spot, uses that upper body strength, and explodes.
The Rockets have their largest lead. James three-pointer, count it, and then a foul. It's down low, not on the shot attempt. Chris Paul trying to say negate the basket, but that's not the case. James three-pointer will count, and JaVale McGee will shoot one free throw.
Contested three and then rebound.
James, hard drive inside and lays it up and in. Just barrels over PJ Tucker. 16 for James to get to the green three. And Jeff, as you talked about, Green having a nice impact. Rondo, floater finds its way to James. 9 assists for Rondo. James drives inside, throws the foul, count and one. Mike D'Antoni upset him that Tucker drew the charge.
And to me, if you're the Rockets, you can't be upset because that's similar to the play that Chris Paul made on Rondo to end the quarter. That's just a good job of getting the angle, taking the contact, and finishing.
James against Harden, backs in. Shot off the mark, ball tipped and taken by Harden. Harden fouled by Ingram. Do they count it? No. They say the foul occurred before the gather.
And he never put the ball back down.
And I think another technical foul's been handed out. Now Ingram looks like he's confronting Jason Phillips. Was hot now. Paul punches a throw. Paul and Rondo throwing punches. Ingram comes in. He's throwing punches. Security trying to separate some of the teammates. Boy, that quickly erupted into something ugly. Paul trying to keep Ingram away. And then in another spot, another fight erupted. There's going to be suspensions for this one as Rondo immediately heads back to the locker room. That's when it gets dangerous, when it breaks out in a couple of different places.
Chris Paul is saying that Rondo spit on him. He's upset.
Paul is furious. Well, it's going to be a lot for the officials to look at. And then Paul gets in the face. Rondo throws a punch. Paul throws a punch. Ingram comes in here. He throws a punch. Those three will be suspended for those punches.
Multiple games.
And James quickly getting Paul out of it. A wild bunch of events here at the Staples Center on opening night. The home opener for the Lakers ends in defeat.
All right, there's literally nothing to do but play games in VR. Well, Kyle, how about
let's fast forward to Okay, so that was the first home game. As my memory serves me correct, that LeBron was able to get that team up to like the third or fourth seed. And like my man was saying in the comments earlier, man, we had some young talent. We had some vets. Man, who knows how far that team could have went, man. But I think that team could have did a little bit of damage. But it is what it is. Things happen. Let's look at some of the highlights from that first season.
Back to maybe 2010. Usman with the hit ahead to McGee. Punched it up.
17 to 20 live bodies during these drills. So guys get rest. Plumlee couldn't get the no snap pass. Here comes LeBron!
The pull-up, he shows you the basketball. It makes it easier for you to get strips.
Here come the Lakers on the run. Left-handed pass by LeBron. The finish by Ingram. Still Fox learning up and down here.
Slam it home. That's what we saw in the summer. That work down low. Jonathan Williams deserved that one.
I think you can get. I know you can get away with a great pass by LeBron. That's a play that Cleveland action at the elbow. And look at Stevens with a great defensive play. 3-on-2 for the Lakers. James, instead of the three, gets grabbed, puts it in anywhere with the left hand and flushes. Oh, good. McGee with the board. 2 seconds to go. James, a buzzer beater. You bet! When the ball is at UCLA, I know it's a different three-point line, but he did shoot 41% from out there. McGee stuffs it over the head of Damian Jones.
And may I might add, the Lakers with LeBron James and these kids and Lance Stevenson and Rajon Rondo, they was giving the Golden State Warriors anything and everything they could handle. And we beat them at least 2 times, if I remember correctly, that season as well. But we couldn't get into the playoffs healthy, and, who knows how good that team could have been. That first-year team, who knows how good they could have been.
Jones. Their first instinct was, where's LeBron? Like, Ingram looked him off. Ooh.
Bonga hammers it down.
That was enough to get the entire bench up off the luxury to have enough players to go ahead through and win a lot of games without him.
Zubac stuffs it down. Nice pass to Hart.
Yes, again, discipline.
Back to work. Kuzma with a reverse slam.
Open his Lonzo, touch pass, Kuzma. He's going to attack the rim all the way. Throw it down, baby. We're down by 3. They're going to tie the game. With 7, with 6, and here's LeBron. LeBron for the tie.
Of the evening, and then LeBron with the clock winding down. Long three-pointer. Call me knocks down today.
On the deck. Still kicked around. Oh, Hart stepped out of bounds. LeBron James. And 1. Oh, he looked close. Maybe not. Maybe he Sean Elliott it. So.
Everything else, 16. Stevenson locked it up for Lonzo Ball, who puts together a little highlight finish.
Quarter shooting for Denver, 44%. Lakers, 41%. Inside McGee again. He is climbing the ladder and jackhammering those balls in. The reverse too hard. Kuzma knocked out by Aldridge, but here come the Lakers. They've got 3-on-1. And Kuzma answers with his own stuff. This Laker team, they've been losing close games as LeBron goes 1-on-1.
Oh, pass! Wow!
Pull it under to Lonzo. And Zo's got a bucket.
I mean, he's had 3 passes tonight that have really been special.
Yeah, he's coming.
Oh, Lance Stevenson. I think he was behind the plane of the board when he released that.
He was too.
Offensive foul.
What if your entire day glided like new Dove Men Ultimate? Its hydrating water-based formula glides on without irritation, so you can glide through your entire day with confidence. New Dove Men Ultimate. Feel the ultimate glide.
J.J. Barea.
Bucks in town. Threes will be flying. Brandon Ingram. Hard take left hand. Cram.
Gets around him. LeBron all the way. LeBron slapped up. Throw it down.
Game. Dame coming off the screen, drives right by McGee to flush. Tapped away from McGee behind. Nurkic recovers. LeBron taps it away. Down goes Dirk. Dame tries it free. CJ's got a 3 in his sights. No.
Team won the Wooden Award.
Oh! My goodness. Sorry, Panini.
Rapoga signaled with 2.
Put 3 up on the board as McGee throws it down. Great find. Ingram staying aggressive.
Losing streak on the road during this. Oh, Lonzo! As he rises and throws it down with one hand, boy. 25 points for Derrick Rose.
Kuzma with the flush.
Worst thing that can happen is the ball. But they get it back. And it's stripped now. Kuzma's got it. He puts it up. No. LeBron dunks it. LeBron James follow dunk. Lakers lead. The absolute last shot. They're either going to win it or go home. With 5, with 4, the Lakers lead by 1. Trae Young's going to do it. Here he goes. Blocked by Chandler. Lakers win it. Tyson Chandler. Welcome home. One more inch and that's a golden. Yeah. That's a perfect block by the veteran Tyson Chandler. McGee, one big dribble, and McGee slam dunk.
See now, that time he didn't get cute.
But Lillard can't pay it off. James, no look, alley-oop, McGee with the slam.
LeBron James, but again, underneath in the perfect spot to dunk it was McGee. Lillard! Damian Lillard!
Blocked by a host of players.
Bounds.
Welcome side of your Lakers.
It looks different from last year. Oh, James! Goes up high and sends it back on Stauskas. Now LeBron on the other end, coast to coast lay-in. He's got 27 and taking over Staples Center.
Ball.
James down the middle with authority.
But see where Brandon ends up catching the ball?
Oh, here he throws it down. Count and foul. Before the quarter's over. Shot clock is at 7. Game at 18. Ingram down the middle. He does throw it down, Brandon. Right down the middle.
Again, a change of direction. Goes a little bit of a high screen, then comes back.
Been thrilled with his defensive effort. That's been something, even though he's wanting to score and give a dish to McGee, they've been really pleased with how he's been playing defense.
Look at this move and throw it down.
Guarding someone that's got the hot hand like that, those kind of instincts have to go away.
Spinning and throwing it down is LeBron James.
Well, you can't say enough about the change of direction off the dribble.
Is off. James pull up for a 3. Rainbow!
On isolation as Beasley comes in and throws it down. That's the other Beasley.
Just like that. That time, Darren Collison was fading away, trying to get it over JaVale, and so his body positioning wasn't good.
Bounce by LeBron and throwing it down is Brandon Ingram. 3. Look at that brick by Evans. Never been a great outside shooter. Kicking it, fumbling, stumbling.
But you see what JaVale did. That's the smartest thing possible.
4-on-1, and he blocks it! He blocks a 4-on-1!
Northwestern Wildcats take on the Ohio State Buckeyes.
That's right. LeBron deep down, say goodnight. Lakers are on their way to a win over the Mavericks. Ball off the screen.
Lonzo bringing that smoke.
Substitution. 13-6 run since LeBron entered back into this ballgame. Takes it strong and long. LeBron.
DeRozan, not an easy shot. LeBron's had another rebound. Here we go. After the D. LeBron downhill. LeBron spins. LeBron count it. Foul. Lakers lead.
You gotta love it. LeBron goes over to Rondo and says, "Is this what you wanted? Yeah, this is what you're going to get too."
The clock for James. A deep 3. Kuzma leans in and scores an impressive shot. Caldwell Pope steps out. And Kuzma, the offensive rebound. James.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
Out of iron. Good steal by
Uh-oh.
KCP made that one happen.
Lazy pass on the outlet. KCP steps in, gets the steal and the assist.
It's alive, and we've only got 5.5 minutes to go.
Let's see if the Lakers can play with some energy now.
LeBron James!
Oh my!
That's energy!
Oh my!
Boy, he split 2 defenders and then said, "Here I come. Take this."
Has to give up the dribble. Shot clock at 3. Kuzma lost control. Has to heave it and scores! An unbelievable shot by Kyle Kuzma. 13 minutes, 7 points, 6 rebounds. Good recovery there by Kuzma. Kuzma on the drive, and he puts it down.
Bridges. Turnabout's fair play. McGee got it.
Lonzo slammed it home. Okay. That was what, about 10 or 12 minutes of Laker highlights for that season. Let's look at something that happened. Well, we got to go in order. So this next video will be a video that kind of hold on. This next video is what derailed this season. This next video is what derailed this season, that 2018-2019 season. Like I said, I think LeBron had this team up into third place. I don't know what their record was. Yeah, they had all those young players. It was a new team. They were learning how to play with each other. We had Lonzo, we had Kuz, we even had a white mamba, Alex Caruso. We had Josh Hart. We had B.I. Oh man, we had Make 'Em Dance, Lance Stevenson, and the team was just starting to click, starting to gel, and then this happened.
Henry takes a difficult shot that he can't hit. James lost it, gets it back. Kuzma for 3. Crowd want to see one of those usual runs by the Warriors. Screen hesitates on the three-pointer. He's been struggling from downtown all season. And Zubac's the rebound. But again, nobody overreacts. Nobody runs Draymond Green off the line. You live with the results. That's outstanding discipline defense. And James holding his left leg. And obviously his groin area as well. He's shaking up on that play. He may have gotten hurt on the previous play. We'll take a break and come right back.
You know, the thing that sucks about this is prior to this happening, I know it was just his first season with the Lakers, but Laker fans, we were pretty much like, hey man, this dude's indestructible. He doesn't get hurt. He just doesn't get hurt. But unfortunately, this was going to be the first injury that pretty much derailed this season.
LeBron James injured on this play. Watch James reaching for the ball. You can see him grimace right there. And feel that he hurt something. And then when he came over, it was watch here. Felt the pop. So he tried to stretch it a little bit by the bench for a while. Then limped back to the locker room. Draymond Green just picked up his fourth foul, so he'll go to the bench.
So that was the play that pretty much derailed the season. LeBron went out for, I think, like 20 games or whatever it was. Came back too early. He was never 100%. And by that time, this happened. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this had happened. And then it really, these things, and I'm not blaming LeBron, it's just the way it is. It's just how the season turned out. But this happened next and just kind of changed things even more.
Have to catch an early train.
Got another damn ad.
I feel better than I did on Friday and Saturday. So looking forward to getting back out there with you guys tonight.
How different is it preparing to face this team while they throw really well?
It's not different in the fact of how they prepare still. You know, you already know a Nate McMillan team is always going to be prepared. They're going to play hard. They're going to play the right way, and they're going to be very aggressive. So, you know, we have to approach it that way. I expect to play tonight. I gotta, you know, I mean, for me, I don't, you know, I think you know me more than everybody here. I don't really play into the future. I play for the night, and we go from there.
Lance certainly has a strong fan base here. What do you expect out of Lance? How hype is he going to be back here in Indy?
I mean, Lance is always, you know, pretty hype anyways, you know, and but that's just his passion for the game of basketball. He loves to play the game. We're happy to have him on our side, and you know, we know he has a pretty good fan base here for the times that he's been here, the work that he put in while he was here with the Pacers. So, you know, excited to see him make a couple plays tonight.
Have you had a chance to talk to Vic at all since the injury?
I have not.
How difficult was that for you to see play out? You guys are friends, obviously.
Yeah, very much so. You know, obviously I know how much Vic has put into, you know, his craft and how much he put into his body, and you know, it's just a freak accident. You know, you can never say that because he hasn't trained or because he hasn't put work into his body, that's the reason why it happened. It was just a freak injury, and you know, I think he'd come back stronger than ever.
It's amazing how fragile the sport can be to an individual or a team.
I mean, unfortunately, you know, injuries have played a big part of the history of sport in general, and you never want that to happen to anybody. But you know, when it happens, it's unfortunate, and you know, each franchise, no matter what sport it is, just try to figure out the best way to continue to be successful.
Would you have taken him on your team in the All-Star game?
I mean, listen, you got 24 guys that's the best in the world, so I mean, I'm in a win-win situation.
Yeah, Giannis kind of showed his hand a little bit last night. He said he's going to take Steph first.
No.
Have you enjoyed having Lance on your team this year?
Absolutely. To you know, just play the game the right way and be enthusiastic about it. Every game is significant. It's been like
Return from his injury.
Rondo is the same person no matter if he's injured or not. Not really. You know, I've always known that he was a competitor, and he would do anything to help his team win. You know, and I've seen that. Then he came to Cleveland. And was
now, this is supposed to be a video where he talks about the Anthony Davis trade, but I don't know what happened.
They just want to compete and how much they want to win at all.
But anyway, you guys know what happened. The Anthony Davis trade rumors started swirling. Went down to trade deadline, and the deal didn't happen. But all the names were mentioned, all the different packages were revealed. A lot of players didn't like it. A lot of these young players, this is the first time they had been in that situation, and it affected them. And shortly thereafter, LeBron returned, and you know, he wasn't 100%, but he came back. He said he was activating playoff mode, but it didn't quite work out, and the Lakers missed the playoffs. No trade, no playoffs. First season pretty much done, pretty much over until this happened.
AT&T 5G is what? AT&T 5G is what? AT&T 5G is what? Secure! What time is it? AT&T 5G. No, seriously, what time? Because I don't have the time.
Sorry about that, guys.
First of all, thanks everybody.
This was the last season. This is right before the last game of that season. It was a home game. I don't know who the Lakers were playing. But all of a sudden, Magic decides he wants to throw an impromptu press conference and announce this. And this is going to be the last video of this presentation. This is going to wrap up the first LeBron James season with the Lakers, just kind of review of what happened, go back in history, go back in time, and look how things transpired. Um, it was an up and down season, and it's just like some what LeBron said, man. Injuries they can really change the trajectory of a season for a team, for a player. And man, I really do believe if LeBron hadn't got hurt, and then but you still had to throw in the trade things. But let's just say if LeBron hadn't got hurt, and them guys would have stayed the course and not worried about those trade rumors, that team would have did some damage in the playoffs, man. That team would have went rounds, would have went at least one, would at least went to second round, man. I can't remember who they would have had to match up with, but that team would have did some damage. But anyway, they didn't. They didn't make it to the playoffs, and then we had to deal with this mess.
Jim, great interview. I was riding here thinking about that incredible interview that you had. And then also I've been thinking about the great meetings I had with Jeannie the last couple of days. And, I love her as a sister. And so today I'm going to step down as president. And I think I don't want her and I have such an amazing relationship. And I think that she gave me full power to do what I wanted to do. But I think that with her and I want to always preserve our relationship and love her. And then I think that I had more fun when I was able to be the big brother and ambassador to everybody. I thought about Dwayne Wade retiring tomorrow, and I can't even tweet it out or can't be there. Serena Williams called me a week ago and said, "Will you mentor me and be on my advisory board?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm going to do that." And so when Ben Simmons called and we went through the proper channels and they made me look like the bad guy out of that situation, but I didn't do anything wrong, but do everything right. I was thinking about all those times, all guys who want me to mentor them or be a part of their lives, and I can't even do that. I had more fun on the other side than on this side, because now, tomorrow, I would have to affect somebody's livelihood in their life. And I thought about that. I said, that's not fun for me. That's not who I am. And then I don't want to put her in the middle of us, even though she said, "Hey, you do what you want to do." I know she has great love for him and great love for me, And so I want to go back having fun. I want to go back being who I was before taking on this job. And, we're halfway there with LeBron coming. I think this summer, with that other star coming in, whoever's going to bring him in, I think this team is going to be in position to really contend for championships with the growth of the young players. And so she doesn't know I'm standing here, because I know I would be crying like a baby in front of her, even though I'm about to cry now. But it's the right thing to do, right move to make. And then that way he can stay in place, hopefully build the team, coach the team the right way. And also, what I didn't like is the backstabbing and the whispering. I don't like that. I don't like a lot of things that went on that didn't have to go on. And so I hope that after tomorrow, the Lakers can head in the right direction, which we are. Injuries really hurt us. But I enjoyed working with Jeannie side by side. Enjoyed working with Linda. Tim and I had some good times. The brothers were outstanding as well, working with Jesse and Joey. I love working with you guys as the media. Bill and I tease each other, but he knows I love him, and you gonna always be my friend forever. But sometimes you have to think about where you are in life and what's important to you. And what's important for me is I get to help everybody when I'm in the Lakers. And now with the the fines and the tampering and this and that. I can't help young men who want me to help them, or I can't tweet out like Russell Westbrook. That was a great feat the other day, and I couldn't even tweet it out to say, "Hey, congratulations, man." And if I had did that, everybody, "Oh, he's tampering." I don't like that. I like to be free. And then I got a great life. I was like, damn, I got a great life outside of this. What am I doing? I got a beautiful life. So I'm going to go back to that beautiful life. And I'm looking forward to it. And somebody going to have to tell my boss, because I know she's going to be sick, but I know I couldn't face her face to face and tell her, even though I was just with her yesterday. And we had a 3-hour meeting about the direction of this great organization. And so today, Rachel, I'm free, my love. Woo!
Have you really not told Jeannie yet?
No, I haven't. I couldn't stand and tell her. But the one thing that she had in me, somebody she could trust and loyal to her. And then I will be that as well. I've been talking to people walking here. We've been talking about next year, and I'm sitting there saying, I'm not going to be here.
Is this over Luke?
No. It's just, I was happier when I wasn't the president. And
all right, guys, that's enough of tragic. You see, guys, is that it? All right, yeah, that's enough of tragic. You see, guys, let me tell you something. You got Laker fans that they talk, y'all. Some of y'all get mad when they talk trash about LeBron. Let me tell you something, man. When Laker players screw up, we got a name and we talk trash about everybody. Just in case you didn't know, when Magic don't do stuff that we like, or when he was causing problems or putting a lot of leaks out there, we used to call him tragic. We didn't call him Magic, we call him tragic. When Kobe was tripping, being an honorary son of a gun, didn't want to pass the ball, you know what we used to call Kobe? Ball hog. Yep, the great Kobe Bryant, we used to call him ball hog. So anyway, it's tough love from Laker fans, and any of our players who be tripping, man, we'll give it to them. But anyway, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation, the first year review of LeBron James, first year with the Lakers. Next time we'll come through. We'll do the second year. The second year, and you guys all know what happened the second year. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, this is your boy AC LA Sports Live. Thanks for coming through, supporting. Thanks for everybody who came through in the chat for supporting the video. It was a lot of fun going down memory lane. Now we got to come back to reality and find out who the hell is going to coach this damn team. Anyway, I'm out of here. I will rap with y'all later.